It's smooth, solemn, dignified, and ingenious. The essence of 3,000-year-old wood carving scales in China is engraved on all sorts of furniture.
木料买起来是一大堆，让你找颜色，找它的这个弯曲度，找它的油度，这是很难的。它里头特别空，你看特别空，它的韧劲啊，跟着它的这个自己的脾气也不一样。在过去是宫廷使用，外人使用呢要杀头的。
Red sandalwood carving originated from the carpentry workshops in ancient China. Because of the material's splendor, it was exclusively used by the imperial family. Therefore, the required carving scales should live up to the strictly demanding imperial standard.
他们这个刀子一下去，这一刀子就能到位。
Chiseling. The craftsmen would use knives and tools of different kinds to chisel away at the smooth surface of the raw wood, covering it with sacks and crests, not too deep, not too shallow. To control the depth of chiseling is not easy. Chiseling too deep would leave a hole, then the wood would be wasted.
做这个活呀，它的高度、浪度就是力度得有，不是平活。手工的嘛，因为它这个艺术的东西啊。 它是不饶人的。
Carving. On the hard red sandalwood, the craftsmen carve out various kinds of 3D flowers, the realistic landscape, the lifelike figures. The decorative patterns indicate good health, fortune, and happiness. All of these display the classic cultural charm of the Oriental plastic arts.
做完了以后，等到一定程度没有问题了，磨开始手工用草磨，油度给打出来。
In red sandalwood carving, 10% of time is used for chiseling, 20% for carving, and 70% for polishing. Of the three procedures, polishing takes the longest time. A specially made rough horsetail is used for polishing. One should polish the art piece carefully in accordance with its carved patterns until the surface becomes shining bright. Then the decorative patterns of the red sandalwood carving would shine with a rich luster.
油度已经出来了，马上上蜡。这个蜡搁锅里要熬开，一点一点烫。
The high-temperature wax runs through wood grain and chisel marks deep into the wood itself, storing and sealing up the delicacy and ingenuity of the work. To this day, the intangible cultural heritage inheritor of the red sandalwood carving, Chen Li Hua, still strictly conform to the traditional imperial standards passed down from the masters in the Palace Museum to meticulously accomplish her every piece of work.
一开始我做修，就请了故宫的老前辈单士元呢，那个朱家进、王世襄他们去。再一看货以后，他们说：“哦，藏龙卧虎之地啊！”
Recognition from the heritage experts opens the doors of the Palace Museum to the craftsman. The imperial red sandalwood carving on the brink of extinction is its vitality in the hands of Chen Li Hua and her team of craftsmen.
一开始做的就感觉把故宫的难点做出来，比如说那个这海水，这海水的高度、低度、漫起，这样长流水的，这个外头是没有的。那是最难做，我们就替样子。
With very thin and tough white papers and carbon papers, they copied the carved patterns of the collected art pieces on papers very carefully, numbered them, and then used them to reproduce the detailed design drawings without even the slightest error.
我们找故宫，也是我们的老师，由我们开始做了这么多年，故宫就没离开我们一天。
With strictly elaborate carving, Chen Li Hua replicated all the collected red sandalwood carving works in the Palace Museum. It thus allows more people to see and touch the beauty of art in the museum.
这个一套家具呢是清宫里面慈禧太后过长寿的时候做的。
Carry forward the imperial red sandalwood carving, Shen Lihua and her team no longer confine their works to just copying the historical relic and furniture. They try to learn from those masons, painters, and carpenters who once did repair works in the Palace Museum, as well as from the expert craftsmen. By integrating the essence of construction techniques of the ancient Chinese architecture into their works, they have carved on the red sandalwood which could be stored for 1,000 years. The turret of the Palace Museum, the Pavilion of 10,000 Spring Seasons, the Temple of Heaven's Hall of Good Harvest. All of these are replicated in accordance with their exact counterparts in the real world, and every part fits together perfectly. With the techniques of imperial red sandalwood carving, elaborate sandalwood miniatures of the historic landmarks in Beijing were completed one after another. They are now collected by the world's top 5 museums and enjoy worldwide recognition.
北京啊是中国的首都，这个首都啊在过去叫北平，一到北平万事平安。我就是说给将来一个这个记忆，在过去我们老北京的四合院，在过去的还有城门呢。
They first came up with the idea in 2008 and finished the last piece of the series, South-Facing Gate, in 2016. It took them 8 years to carve all the wooden structures with the techniques of imperial red sandalwood carving. The long-buried hardwood is selected to replace the black bricks. They have precisely reproduced the building components with 1/10 of the size of the original structures.
用电脑把在过去的我们那个图纸的一开始怎么拼装啊，怎么把它勾勒好啊，这个图纸我们已经都做出来了。这个图纸也是非常宝贵的，将来跟这个城门留给后人。
Chen and her team of craftsmen used the models of the 16 ancient gates in Beijing to successfully reproduce the appearance and style of ancient Beijing.
我在世的时候，把它应该开放给广大的，交给人民去参观，因为它这是传承，那么就放大9倍、10倍的整个一个北京屋就出来了。那将来以后我能走在国际上了，那当然是我们民族文化的流传，也是我们过去的中国老前辈的文化深意。